Welcome to another summertime science book at bedtime. One of the things that's helping me drift off to sleep at the moment is thinking about bumblebees slowly and aimlessly drifting their way from one wildflower to another in a warm meadow. Today's book is the field guide to bees of Great Britain and Ireland, written by Stephen Falk and illustrated by Richard Lewington. Most people are amazed to discover that we have over 270 species of bee in Britain and Ireland, and that bumblebees and the honeybee account for only 1/10 of that figure. They are also surprised to learn that over a quarter of our bee species do not collect pollen or make nests, but are cuckoos of other bee species, and that some of our so-called solitary species are actually social, or that some bees look more like wasps. Yet bees are all around us, and even in a flowery urban garden, you stand a chance of seeing a variety of species from several genera, including some of those cuckoos. The increasing popularity of wildlife gardening and bee hotels means that gardens are now one of the few habitats where bee numbers might actually be increasing. And it is a sober fact that today bees often do better in suburban areas than in the intensively farmed landscapes that surround them. Why record bees? First of all, it is a fascinating activity that will help you to understand the countryside better and potentially take you to some stunning wildlife sites. And we also know that many bees are important pollinators of our crops, especially fruit trees, oilseed rape, and cultivated legumes like broad bean and pea. They also help to pollinate our wildflowers and garden flowers. But we know that many bees are declining and that data are often patchy and out of date. We need more amateur recorders to provide us with better distributional information and better data on changes in abundance. What is a bee? Bees belong to the great insect order Hymenoptera, which is dominated by various sorts of parasitic wasps, gall wasps, hunting wasps, ants, and sawflies. About 150 Hymenoptera species have been described globally, although the true figure may exceed 1 million. Within the Hymenoptera, bees initially fall within the suborder Apocrita, containing the various wasp-waisted forms which have the abdomen joined to the thorax by a narrow petiole and have grub-like larvae to develop within hosts, galls or nests. The other suborder is the Symphyta, containing sawflies and their relatives, which lack a wasp waist and tend to have a free-living caterpillar-like larvae. The Apocrita is divided into two sections, the Parasitica and the Aculeata. The former contains mostly parasitic species such as ichneumons, chalcids, braconids, in which the female ovipositor is used to inject eggs into a host that is usually another insect, but can be a plant and in the case of cyprinid gall wasps, bees belong within the aculeata, along with ants, hunting wasps, and various other aquatic wasps, for example, chrysalids, sapogids, mutilids, and typhoids. Most aculeates have the ovipositor developed into a sting, designed to inject venom, which is used both to paralyze or kill prey and to provide protection. The classification of the aculeata is complex and reveals that both ants and bees are essentially specialized wasps. Indeed, it shows that hunting wasps of the family Crabronidae, for example, digger wasps, and Sphecidae sand wasps are more closely related to bees than to other wasps, such as social wasps and spider wasps. So, if you look at the listing of families within the family Apoidea, you will find the various bee families alongside several hunting wasp families, all with a similar basic body plan and a series of unique shared characteristics that are missing from other aculeates and suggestive of a common ancestry. There is little doubt that within the Apoidea, the hunting wasps came first and provided an ancestor which gave rise to bees. Many hunting wasp species visit flowers for nectar, so this is less of a leap than one might imagine. So, bees are basically hunting wasps that have switched from a predatory and carnivorous lifestyle to one that involves collecting pollen and nectar from flowers, or evolving beyond that state to become cuckoos or kleptoparasites of other bees. As a result, many bees are hairy, and all bees, even the virtually hairless ones, have microscopically branched hairs to grip pollen. The proboscis of most bees is modified to allow nectar to be sucked up more efficiently, and pollen brushes designed to carry a large pollen load can be present on various parts of the body. Internally, many bees have enlarged crops to allow transportation and processing of nectar, and various glands in the body have been modified to produce substances that help with processing of food, feeding of young, waterproofing of nests, and so on. In a number of bee genera, eusocial behaviour involving the use of female workers has developed. About 20,000 species of bee have been described to date, but it is likely that that true number is several times this figure. The oldest known fossil bee comes from amber, dating to 83 million years old. I'll leave it there for today and allow you to drift off, thinking about your bees.